Yesterday's performance involved 7 goals, and while Manchester United were on the losing end, there was a lot of encouraging signs about Ruben Amorim and his system. But one of the things we definitely learned from that game is that we're going to need reinforcement, particularly on the left-hand side, and particularly in January, if we can do that. There is some transfer news about Manchester United looking at a midfielder, looking at also a left wing-back. We'll also talk about potential Rashford replacements, and what's really going on with Rashford is Ruben Amorim has come out and said some more interesting things. Ruben Amorim himself has actually called out Manchester United players. Some are not up to his standards. He's made some interesting comments, and we will talk about the Tottenham game. We will talk about Rashford's news. But we're going to dive into a quick match recap, and then we're going to talk about all the other stories. So big up everybody for watching today's video. If you do enjoy today's video, please do go ahead and hit that like button. It was said, this is my general opinions on the match. I thought Ahmad made the difference in attack again. He's a level above Anthony. I think he won 4 out of 14 duels or something that I read. There was just a pure level difference there. Agate's energy and work rate was key. I thought Maino and Bruno did well. Euro looked a lot better than Lindelof and Leach. I thought Lissandro Martinez was poor yesterday. I think we need a physical left centre back with Lindelof and Evans going on a free. I think we're just going to need someone physical that can play on the left. Also, I think that, Maguire would have been quite needed at central centre-back with De Ligt because we think we lack the physicality, which is where Solanke bullied us. Højlund, I think, just needs to time his runs a bit better because I thought Bruno put a few good crosses in. But aside from the first 10 minutes of the second half, I don't know why it's his first half there, first 10 minutes of the second half, we performed well overall. The left side needs improvement. Delot is not a left wing back. I don't think Delot's a bad player. And everyone's like, Delot's rubbish. I don't think he's a bad player, but he's obviously not a good left wing back. We need a left wing back. It's going to make a significant difference. But other than the first 10 minutes of the second half, I was actually pretty happy with the general performance from United. Ruben Amorim just doesn't have players of the quality to execute it. Solanke and Kulusevski are a quality above what our front line is. And that's where Tottenham are more clinical, and that's where Tottenham won the game. So we're going to talk about transfer news and what United could be looking at. In terms of transfer news, it said that Manchester United are seriously considering Ederson for the central midfield position. Some decision makers are fully convinced of Ederson's abilities, and United have gathered all the necessary information and have scouted him multiple times. Price valuation is 50 to 60 million euros, so that's about 42 million pounds. Now, we've been linked to Ederson a lot. Now, it has been Florian Plettenberg that's linked us to him a lot, and I think his credibility's gone down a bit lately because he seems to link Manchester United with anybody because he knows Manchester United gets some clicks and interaction. So we do need to take up a pinch of salt. But I do know that United have liked Ederson. They've been following him for a while. Both Casemiro and Eriksen are expected to leave in the summer, and United looking for midfield reinforcements. They want legs. I like Ederson. I think he brings the legs. I think he can do sort of what Agate does. And I think if Agate gets injured, we're in big trouble because of the lack of legs in midfield. But I have to say, midfielders like Stiller, he was a little bit better on the ball. Palacios would be my first choice, even Belieber, just because I want, I feel like if we could get 2 midfielders, and Ederson to replace Casemiro for off the ball work to be back up to Agate, and then a Belieber or a Palacios or someone that's good on the ball to be back up for Maino, that's perfect. But we also probably are going to need a Rashford replacement. It looks like it's going to be sold, left wing back and left centre back. You could even argue right wing back in the summer as well. Some people may even argue striker. That it's going to be difficult to see how many positions we need to address. But I think my main priority would be a midfielder with legs, a left wing back, a left 10 if Rashford leaves, and probably a left centre back to improve the physical flooring is what I think when I look at Manchester United and what we need. Guys, I hope you're enjoying today's video, by the way. I want to just thank everyone for all the support recently on the channel. We're currently 130 subscribers away from the big 100k, which is insane. So if you're new right now and you do enjoy this video, I do daily Manchester United videos that are 10 minutes long every day, giving you a roundup on the news. So if that's your thing, please do click that subscribe button. But we're going to talk about other transfer news. According to the Times, Rando Kolo Muani may be of interest to United in January, alone with an obligation to buy is the most likely form of transfer. I'd say walk away from this. This is not what we want to do. I'm going to say this now. Walk away from Kolo Muani. Do not go for him. He's not the kind of transfer we need. He's out of form. He hasn't been good for over a year. If we're looking at moving Rashford on, there's no point bringing in a player that's out of form and when in form was never the level of Rashford in form. Not for me. I know there's attacking reinforcement that's needed, but I'd rather wait till the summer, get a Chokerez, get a Cunha type player that I think is really going to benefit us and make us stronger. But what I'm not really willing to wait to the summer for, I'm willing to wait for the summer for an attacker because I don't want Kolo Muani. But I don't know if we can wait till summer for a left wing back. I said that United are hoping to sign a left wing back in January if suitable options become available within budget. And this is why I think we really need a left wing back. As said here by United Robbo, the perfect signing could solve multiple issues. Field the left wing back starting position, can move the low to the defensive right wing back spot, allows Mazraoui to become a right centre back option again, one signing, free for solutions. And as Alex said below, the difference a left-footed left wing back who can actually run will make to United is astonishing. It really will. I mean, I don't think Dalot's a bad player, but Dalot's crosses, I think he's not made like one of his last 28 crosses. It's infuriating. Like, imagine Alphonso Davies. We probably got 4 more goals by now because Dalot is getting a lot of space and he makes the right runs, but it is incredibly frustrating down that left-hand side. Now, before I get into the next story, I do want to give a shout out to my friend's son, who's doing a 100-kilometer run home for Christmas to raise money for the charity ME. Now, I believe that is around the lines of chronic fatigue. A lot of people might get an illness and all of a sudden they never fully recover. They're constantly exhausted, which means they just can't do things and live a normal life. Now, he's running, I believe, all the way from London to a village about 100 kilometers north of London somewhere. Doesn't matter what the weather is, doesn't matter how cold it is, to raise funds for ME. So I will put a link in the description to that charity fundraiser if you guys do want to donate and help out Jamie. Continuing on into Marcus Rashford. Now, as I've said, going back to transfers, athletic midfielder, left wing back, probably priorities in January. Kirkes Dorgu. If United can go for a left wing back, great. Rashford replacement, left centre back that's a bit physical because Martinez is struggling with the off the ball work, probably needs to be looked at, and then potentially striker and right wing back future. But I do think it could be the end of the road for Marcus Rashford. Ruben Amorim asked why Marcus Rashford is not in the squad tonight. He said, selection, I chose my players that looked ready to cope with the demands of playing a strong game. Now, is that because Rashford's ill or is that to do with work rate? I'm not sure. He was asked, was it a mistake to leave Rashford out? And he said, and this was after the game, he said, I think I did the right thing for the team. You have to make selection. The guys who came on changed the game. It wasn't a mistake because I did what was best for my team and my way of doing things, which is quite interesting. It was then said tomorrow there is training and Rashford, will be there to prepare for the next game. He's a United player and everyone at United has a future. I'm not sure why Rashford was dropped, if it's because of illness, if it's because of the interview or INEOS putting pressure on Amorim to sell Rashford, I'm not sure. But hopefully we do see him back in the United shirt scoring goals. So even if he does leave, he can leave on a high. Ruben Amorim has established firm control over the Manchester United dressing room already, with his approach seamlessly integrating into the squad. And we can sort of see that on the pitch. However, the Portuguese manager has reportedly issued strong appeal to INEOS for reinforcements in the upcoming January window. You cannot blame him. Amorim is said to believe there is a limit to what he can achieve with players possessing the quality and physical attributes required to fully implement his footballing philosophy. Amorim has reportedly called out a few players that have not reached his standards to INEOS. So INEOS will look to be busy in the January window. Amorim has called out players for not reaching his standards. He wants reinforcement in January, and you can see that he needs it. I think the message he sent from that Tottenham game is, I coached a win, but I don't have the players. He also coached a win versus Nottingham Forest, but he doesn't have the players. And I think that's the message that he sent. In terms of January window, Manchester United have been linked with Atletico Madrid sporting director Andrea Berta, who will be leaving Atletico on the 31st of December, who could be in here in time for the January window. He's not my first choice. I think there's a good sporting director. He spent a lot of money on Julian Alvarez, who's been all right for Atletico, to be fair. But it could be one to watch. But I think Vivian and Wilcox are taking over for now. I think INEOS are going to take that time with the new sporting director to make sure it aligns with the vision. And I think they're quite happy with Wilcox now. What did Amorim say post-match? He said, you can't think that winning trophies means everything is fine. That's what Ten Hag thought. Ten Hag's mentality was, I won 2 trophies, everything's good. Amorim's mentality is, it's not about winning trophies, it's about performance, it's about how we improve collectively. He said, it's going to be a long road, we're improving collectively, and our goal, I say after the game, before the game, is to win the Premier League. How long will it take? I don't know, but that's our goal. He said, we were the better team, but they were more realistic. We lost, but the players were fighting. And I think Amorim's right. I'm not salty that we lost to Tottenham. We're out the Carabao Cup. That's 2 games rest, because we'd have to play 2 games at Liverpool. So we get to rest for those 2 games, which is really good, which can help Amorim have a bit more time in training with the players. It wasn't like we lost and got rolled over. And when we did go 3-0 and we got back into the game, we showed things. I saw a decent performance with the lacking quality on the pitch, and I saw a sign of progress there. So it was one of those losses that, you can take easily, and I think the Premier League is the priority. But listen, people, that was my 10-minute Manchester United news roundup. I hope you did enjoy today's video. If you did do so, please do hit that like button, and if you are new and want to see more content from me, please do subscribe. I'll see you guys next time. I'll be back tonight with a live stream. If there is any breaking news, I'll be back with that as well. Thank you for watching. Bye.